My dear fellow listeners and viewers, today I would like to share with you some of the things you can do to transition yourself from one country to the next. So I'm hoping that this will be fruitful for you because as an immigrant myself, migrated from one country to the next, I understand the challenges, migrated from one country to the next. And so the very first thing I am recommending to you is to have an open mind. Because keep in mind, migrating from a country that you are probably accustomed to do things in a certain way with a certain culture and so on can be a little bit of a culture shock for you when you migrate to places like North America and Canada, for example, because here in Canada it is very multicultural, and so that might be a little bit of a cultural shock. And so having an open mind will be a good thing, and so start off that way. Be open. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to agree with what you're seeing and hearing, but have that open mind, because if you are narrow minded, you're not allowing yourself to kind of grow and adopt. So that's my number one advice. The next tip I have for you is to make new friends. The bottom line is you are in a new country now, so you want to seek opportunity to connect with people, to see if there's a click where you could kind of stay connected, maybe learn something from them, feel a sense of belonging and all of that, and vice versa. They might need you as well too. So try to make new friends. It can be a little bit hard at first, but once you kind of have that open mind, it becomes a little bit easy. And speaking along that line, making new friends, you don't want to forget your old friends. It can be easy to do because when you move to a new country, you have lots to focus on. You have your own things to worry about, and sometimes we tend to forget our old friends and the people that we grew up with and so on. But do remember that that's where our story started. So you want to keep that in mind. Make sure that you're staying connected with your older friends, not necessarily with everybody, but at least the people that you were close with. So something to keep in mind. Another thing to keep in mind too is that you have to know what you're getting into. First of all, before you make that migration, um, I'm assuming that you have done some sort of research to know what is it you're getting into. Meaning that if you're migrating from Guyana or India and whatnot, coming to Canada, it is wise to do research to understand a little bit about the country, about the province, and a little bit about the city as well too, where you are going to live. So, for example, here in Canada, of course, we have winter. It is winter time now. This is the month of January, so we are in the heart of winter here. So if you are coming from a country, that's very tropical, there's no winter and all of that, you want to make sure that you understand that that there's winter, here. It can be extremely cold at times. It can be as 40 times colder than a freezer. So keep in mind it can go up to minus 40 and all of that. So keep in mind all of that it's happening, but if you dress warm and whatnot, you'll be fine. But it's another adjustment to kind of think of. And another thing you want to do too is to actually plan ahead. Plan ahead, meaning that don't wait for last minute for things, right? If you know you're going to migrate to Canada, plan ahead, make all the connection that you need to make and so on, so that way things will be a little bit more easy for you. You have to have a sense as to what you want. Once you know what you want and you plan ahead a little bit, things will go a little bit more smoother for you. That's for sure. There's no question about that. And the other advice, other tip I want to give you is that when you get stuck, and there are going to be times when you're going to get stuck for sure. There are going to be times when you wouldn't know what to do and all of that. Very, very normal. Do not be afraid to ask questions. Take my one word for it, because it could be just by you asking a question, you can get the direction you need to move forward again. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. My name is Narayan Datsukar. I'm wishing you a great today and even better tomorrow. I'll talk to you soon.